So
Okay, so what are we doing for
an
an intro?
intro? Yeah, we didn't think about that part.
We didn't think about that at all, huh?
Fuck.
Well, Boix, if you can think of an intro, maybe we can let you walk again. Ayo! Welcome to Rough Cuts!
No, Boix has to come to that decision on his own. We all know this.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. He decided not to walk.
Oh.
Dogs, they're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
That mutt has the #1 show on television. You're over a week and a half behind schedule. From this day forward, Doggy 911 will shoot 7 days a week until the time is made up.
Heck, dog, what are you crying about? You're a Hollywood star. You got it made.
Got the #1 show on the tube, and I hate every minute of it!
I think they're following us.
I recognize that car. We're out of here!
Come on!
Hey, wait for me! Come aboard!
This is so cool!
So this is what trees look like from the top!
It's a miracle. A doggone miracle.
Ooh, something on my nose. There go my glasses.
Hi, everybody. This is Rough Cuts, the podcast about good boys and bad movies. That's right, bad dog movies. And as you heard, we have a special guest today. We have MissShadowLovely, or Liz.
Hello.
And I'm your host, Ilyon. And of course, we have our co-host, Boix.
Hello.
I didn't say the Boix. I finally did it. It's only taken me like a year.
You did it! We made Liz watch the second Doggone movie in the trilogy, which we also haven't watched.
Was this the second one? I was assuming this was
Yeah.
fairly late into the series. I didn't realize this was only like the second in the world building.
The first movie is A Doggone Christmas, which is about a telepathic dog that escapes a government facility, and then a latex cop goes after him. All in the spirit of Christmas. Yeah, a dominatrix cop.
A mommy cop.
Well, I mean, that is the spirit of Christmas. Everybody knows, like in A Christmas Carol, that the third ghost that visits you is a dominatrix cop, actually.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he just used one of the costumes from, like, one of his pervy Blair Witch knockoffs.
I wish that was
or
the
something.
ghost of my Christmas future.
And it sounds like I'm joking about his pervy Blair Witch movies, but he's made 3 of them.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's Jim Wynorski.
Jim Wynorski. This is the man who famously said, yeah, I could make, like, all these crappy pervy movies, but people just buy the family shit. So I'll just do that. That's how you make money.
Weird. It's almost like kids are easy to market to. That's so crazy.
That's an almost direct quote from him. It's pretty amazing. He's very blatant in what he wants to do, which is to make some goddamn money.
Yeah. The third movie that comes after this is about, like, the same group of kids, but now they're paranormal investigators or something, and it's in, like, unsolved mystery style.
Oh, does the yo-yo kid still have a yo-yo?
I don't think that kid has a yo-yo still. No. No, but they go to Area 51. Yeah.
Oh.
They do, yeah. I'm thinking about this as a trilogy in the 3 movies, and I don't think there's any through line at all. I don't think there's anything that connects them in the slightest. I'm like, they have a telepathic dog in all of them, and the dog is named Murphy in all of them. And they have the same kids, I think, in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all different characters each time.
And they're all shot at Jim Wynorski's summer home. Yeah.
So this is more akin to, like, an anthology than an actual series. This is like the American Horror Story of dog movies.
Yes.
Which is why we had you on as a guest.
Yeah.
Very smart of
us.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's very American
This
Horror
is my
Story.
wheelhouse.
There's no clowns, like, masturbating in the corner, but...
Yet.
You know. Yet.
It is Jim Wynorski. Wait until Doggone 4.
I don't know. As much as I shit on American Horror Story on the other podcast, at least American Horror Story has never had a subplot about a child choosing to not be disabled anymore.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst plot in the 3 movies, too, by far.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, too, honestly, I was disappointed in this because in the first movie and the last movie in particular, it featured a lot of Paul Logan, and Paul Logan is a fucking treat to watch, let me tell you. Holy shit.
He might be the goodest boy of the films, yeah. Out of all the dogs, yeah, absolutely.
Wow. There were a lot of dogs in this movie.
There were, actually. This one kind of took a bit of the pup star, like, the trashy, like, let's just put a bunch of dogs in front of a green screen and call it a film take, but only for certain parts of it, thankfully. I don't know. A Doggone Hollywood. So how do they follow up a Christmas movie about a telepathic dog escaping the government?
How do they? How to describe what we just perceived?
Yeah, how do they follow up with that? I would suggest that they don't.
No.
They don't. They just don't reference any of that at all, ever, and none of it matters. Speaking of none of it mattering, who was the antagonist in this film?
Capitalism.
Capitalism, yeah.
You mean the capitalism of Jim Wynorski making another one of these fucking movies?
Wanting to make more money, yeah.
I just meant capitalism as a whole, both in the fictional universe and also the real life universe.
Yeah, I was gonna say the capitalism in the real life universe is why we're stuck watching this fucking thing.
This movie also has a fictional story and capitalism in it, in its fictional dog food.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, unironically, like, capitalism and the United States healthcare system, I believe, are the antagonists of this movie.
I guess, yeah. I was just thinking there's not really any friction in this movie.
The biggest antagonist might be the agency, I guess, like the hiring agency or the talent agency for the dog, I guess.
Yeah, that was my guess as well.
But then they turn out to be the good guys by the end of it, where they're all chasing the dog and trying and helping the kid to walk to save the dog, and then the dog just goes back to work with the agency, right? Like that's
because
the agency
they learned
learns
about
the power of love and
friendship.
children walking.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
There's a small difference when the dog decides to go back to the abusive ad agency and talent agency, and that's that they have a different trainer. That's the only difference.
Yeah, what happened with that? Did I just space out and miss where they replaced the guy with the whip, like, mid-movie?
I think the Dom Daddy dog trainer. I think he just dies off screen.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
He got hit by the train that the kid narrowly avoided because he learned to walk again.
Every movie needs a Dom Leather Daddy dog trainer. Yeah.
He
had a horrible whipping accident.
I'm always saying this.
Oh my God.
But so the movie has a
It's
built-in...
Hollywood, listen. You didn't want to see him in the trailer with that whip afterward.
No. Well, maybe that was in the credits. We didn't get to see the credits. It could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jim just shows up on screen. Oh, you guys want some filth? Oh, I got it for you. I shot this, couldn't put it in the film, but it's in the credits. Enjoy. Right?
The dog did say he had, like, a big house, so maybe he was just back at his big house just vibing. He's like, I don't need to be present for this. They'll find my dog. I don't care.
That's fair.
That could be it. But, okay, so there's an in-universe television series that they're shooting called Doggone 911.
Yeah.
Which is an action show starring Murphy, the Jack Russell Terrier, who is also... Is it Jesse the Jack? Is that the actual dog?
Yes, just Jesse. It's just Jesse. The Jack Daniels Terrier.
Named like a racehorse, truly.
Just Jesse, the Jack Daniels drinking dog.
Honestly, it would have made this movie a lot more interesting. Dog's just slurring his lines the whole time. Kid, listen.
God.
You don't
Hollywood's
understand
rough.
Hollywood, kid. It's rough.
911, a QN production.
Okay, well, hell of a start.
Murphy,
Okay.
the Wonder Dog, and Dirk Stevens.
Oh.
With tonight's special guest star, Cynthia Rothrock. Tonight's episode,
Taekwondo move.
A Bark in
God
Time
damn it.
Saves 9.
The movie starts off like all Doggone movies with some of the best CG I've ever seen. And they're flying in a helicopter, looking around for trouble. And by they, I mean Murphy and the goodest boy.
Paul Logan.
Paul Logan. And they're just flying around in their cool helicopter being like, oh, I bet there's trouble around. We should go look for trouble so that we could save people. Because we're rescuers. We rescue people. And at the same time, there's a family who drive in 2 unmarked black vehicles.
They're very important, you see.
At the same time, following each other, who have brake problems. And instead of stopping the vehicle and calling a tow or anything, they're just driving at highway speed, being like, wow, our brakes really aren't working right. That's weird. Huh.
Hey, is that Dead Man's Gorge ahead? Yeah, we should probably make sure that we hit that before we try those brakes again,
yeah,
right?
we should go check that out.
Step on
before
the
we
gas.
hit the repair place.
Do a little off-roading.
So, I guess Murphy lands the helicopter and they decide to go chase down the vehicle on foot
Yeah.
to stop it.
Yep.
As you do.
Sure.
They said there was like coolant or something on the ground as well, as if that's an issue, as if the brakes wasn't enough of a problem. There's also slippery ground ahead for some reason.
Very important. And they're reaching a 15-degree incline down a hill that leads directly into a gorge. Yeah.
I loved that during this whole thing, Liz immediately, like she was saying, is this the President of the United States? Like, it's one family that they keep zooming in on, but then when they zoom out, it's 2 cars, and they're like black SUVs.
They're like very clearly unmarked, like FBI cars. Like, you know, this is my driving car, and then my friend's driving car.
It's like the opening of Metal Gear Rising. It's the exact scene.
Yeah.
Including the dog.
Uh-huh.
Including the dog named Rex. Yeah, exactly. And
you've got a big good boy named Rex, and then you have the puppy of Raiden jumping in front of Rex to try and get hit.
How do they stop the vehicles? Because their brakes aren't working.
Like Raiden, you go in front of it, and then you just stop it. And you split it wide open.
They just put the dog, the small Jack Russell Terrier, in the road, and they're like, they'll stop. Nobody would hit a dog.
Nobody would run over a dog.
Just like choosing to walk, you can also choose to just have your brakes work again. That's how cars work.
Is this guy important? Like, this is just a family on trip, right? Oh my god.
I know. Murphy!
Hang on.
Everybody knows no one's ever hit a dog with a car. This will give them the power to stop.
Wow, Murphy's a genius.
Now they crashed for a different reason.
Listen, no god in the universe would want to kill a puppy. So, I mean, it'll just the universe will just right itself and make sure that dog lives.
This movie starts with a fake out for the dog getting hit by a car, and I'm like, they should have just hit the dog with the car. Then it would be a dog
Very
movie.
different movie. Very, very different tone for this movie.
Cop Dog started that way,
You'd
and
say
then we just
that,
had a ghost dog for the rest of the film. And
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I would have loved if it was a ghost dog. Are you joking? Hell yeah.
Well, you had a pretty good chance because it doesn't say ghost or dog really in the title, so that's generally all of our ghost dog movies. They make sure that they don't reference as ghosts or dogs, and then you just suddenly are in a ghost dog movie.
You have to bait and switch so that when it hits the dog, it scares the children watching the movie.
Oh,
And
like
then
Hereditary for kids.
And then their aunt goes on to IMDb and leaves a bad review. That's how you know it's a good movie.
Our very first movie was Cop Dog, which is about a ghost dog, and then our second movie was Karate Dog, which was about a cop dog. Like, this is a very common thing.
Damn, really stretching the limits of ACAB here.
Anyway, we find out that this is just the TV show, Doggone 911, and is not actually the movie we're supposed to be watching. Because they're shooting the film. And Cynthia Rothrock is there for some reason.
Well, because she's an actress in their fake movie, and she never shows up again. Cynthia Rothrock was smart enough to collect a paycheck from this one and then just get the hell out.
Her character is Cynthia Rothrock.
Yes. Yeah, it's Mom in Car as Cynthia Rothrock. Yes. Yeah. Because she's an actress in the movie. So.
Now that you mention it, it is a bit odd because that character, like, literally shows up in the fake TV show and then never appears again, which makes sense, like, if you haven't seen it. But, like, the rest of the actors do show up for the rest of the movie, just as actors, just playing actors on a TV set. She's the only one who never, like, shows up again. Everybody else is there. The blonde lady's there. Like, everybody else is there.
I mean, given her pigtail haircut, she's kind of like a little German girl, and she probably walked into the, cave of blunt smoking afterwards, Yeah. Like, no, little German girl, don't!
That's where the zipline goes through.
Oh, that makes sense. God, the zipline!
What really threw me, though, is that Paul Logan is in this fake TV series as, like, this special agent man. But in the first and third movies, this is why I'm saying there's no through line for these films at all, and they don't make any sense, is because he is a character in the first and third movies as, like, Secret Agent Man, where he's like an actual secret agent doing secret agent things.
And in this one, he's an actor playing a secret agent. Yeah,
so,
they're
like,
different.
Wait, I don't think that these are any of the same characters. They're just played by all the same actors. I think you're right that this is a Great and Terrible Oz situation.
Do you think maybe he just doesn't know that he's acting?
Knowing that character?
He just thinks he's a secret agent?
Yeah, knowing that character, it could be. It could be. Because I think in the first movie, he was like Doug Bowser or something, like the president of Nintendo.
So long, Doug Bowser.
Yeah, his name was Doug Bowser, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god.
Pretty sure it was the president of Nintendo was his character name.
So it's either he's an actor who doesn't realize he's not a secret agent and is doing secret agent things offset, or he's a secret agent who doesn't realize he's in a movie and thinks he's actually doing, like, a secret agent mission.
I could see it either way, to be honest. Yeah.
Maybe he's got a split personality and it's both.
Maybe that's what the anthology's leading up to, and then in the fourth movie you're like, wait, they converge.
Mind blown. Yeah.
Extended universe.
On set, we find out that the dog's being mistreated by the trainer, and they lock him in a car with the windows up on a 95-degree day.
It's a limo. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's a limo, so it's fine.
Yeah, you've never heard of roasting a dog in a limo. Come on.
And there's a group of kids just standing around, and then, like, one of the security guys or the trainer was like, hey, kids, stop standing there. You stop standing in that ditch outside the set.
Yeah, come on, boy. No, everybody knows that you can't roast a dog in a limo. If you're going to roast a dog properly, you got to get a, like, nice 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee. That's the way to do it. You got to have it authentic.
Yeah, or at least you need to, if you're going to roast a dog, it's got to be like a comic puppet dog with a cigar sitting out of its mouth.
Well, we kind of get to that eventually. There is a point where there is a very good fake dog in this movie.
So the kids that are standing around on the set aren't just standing around. They're doing something very important. Do you remember what they were doing, Liz? Or
holding an iPad-sized phone backwards to their ear, like they're talking into it, and then asking another child who's offset, in a wheelchair to hack the mainframe.
Yes!
And no, that wasn't me doing a bit. That's what happens. I remember.
Sorry, I don't remember this at all. I was paying attention to the important bit. He asked for the important bit. Does nobody remember?
Which is?
There's a kid playing with a yo-yo.
Yeah.
A yo-yo.
A kid with a yo-yo. Come
Correct.
on.
Correct.
Is nobody paying attention to the yo-yo? Look at
our best boy, Ronnie.
Yeah, so 3 of the kids are Silicon Valley's smart genius hackers. Plus, actually, the 4th kid, I guess, too. in the wheelchair at home is the major hacker who hacks into a drone. And the other one just has a cool yo-yo. And you know what? Every group of friends needs a cool yo-yo kid.
He's a genius with that yo-yo boy, because you don't understand.
That's why they keep him around. He's the one who, like, brings up the morale of the overall group. He's like the bard.
Yeah. But they hack a drone by connecting it to the limo, which then hacks the computer inside the limo.
Because it has satellite Wi-Fi, boys.
Because it has satellite Wi-Fi on its tape deck.
Yeah, they were really banking on that nobody's ever been in a limo. They were really like, we got to pick a car no one's ever been in, so this is believable.
Big Brother finally comes in handy for a change.
Did that kid just refer to Big Brother?
Yes, because he's going to hack the police drone. That's what he just said, yes.
Okay, good, I got it.
What's good?
The limo is equipped with satellite Wi-Fi.
Hell yeah.
He would look like 100% more like a hacker if they gave him a Bluetooth headset.
Yes.
Okay, good. Tell him I'm sending one of my special apps. He'll know what to do.
And they hack the door so it opens the analog pop-up like lock.
Yeah, I love that this is a
1980s limo.
Yeah.
Which opens the door and allows Murphy to escape. All so they can get a photo of Murphy on their cell phones.
Also, sorry, I'm having an epiphany just now. So, like, not to skip too far ahead, but in, like, 10 to 15 minutes, the dog himself will lament that no one on set has ever pet him. But I'm now having an epiphany that in the scene we are currently watching, the weird, mean Dom Daddy trainer yells at the two kid actors on set for petting the dog too much.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Murphy's just a goddamn liar is what he is.
Murphy's just a piece of shit is what you're realizing, yeah.
I mean, how Murphy explained how he got telepathy has to be a lie. So the kids are just too dumb to ask.
Do you think this is like a Chucky's Child's Play situation? Like a grown adult man died, but there happened to be a dog nearby, and so he just inhabited the dog's body?
I mean, considering the way that he gets the powers, which is voice...
He gets struck by lightning. That's it.
He's the Flash.
One day I hop a train to Hollywood, thinking fun in the sun, right? Only thinking it's raining when I get there. What's that about? So I'm thinking maybe Vegas. But just then, lightning strikes me on the head.
What?
4 hours later, I wake up in an animal shelter and I'm suddenly hearing what everybody's thinking and understanding it as well.
So what happened next?
I think that's also the plot
Universal
to
comes
Bolt,
in looking to pick up
question
dog
mark?
extras for Beethoven 18.
I never saw that.
Nobody did.
That doesn't even fly in a Marvel comic. You get struck by lightning and now you have telepathy. No.
Yeah, that's some garbage DC shit. Anyway.
But, okay, so they hack the mainframe limo and let Murphy go. Murphy runs, and everybody on the set's like, oh god, get that dog. There's a dog. That dog is a menace. He's going to kill us all.
God, I love that they're... Again, they let this dog loose so that he loses his home so that they can get a photo of him.
Just a photo.
They want to be paparazzi.
They want to post it on social media. Yeah,
yeah,
like,
these
look,
little
we got a photo
bastards
with
are
this
willing
cool
to
dog.
sell it to the National Enquirer.
TMZ's really getting out of hand.
Yeah.
As everybody's running around trying to get Murphy, the kids are like, oh shit, we should leave before they think that we did it. I mean, we did do it, but what if they think we did it?
We better get out of here before they think we did it.
What if we're held responsible for our crime?
Yeah, so then they just wander off into the woods because it's free to shoot in the woods. I guess.
Good thing that they were shooting in the woods that these kids happen to have to go through every single day to and from school, or otherwise we wouldn't have a plot.
It's the same path that they go from their house to the Zipline and then school. Yeah,
it's like an open world video game. Like, there is an open world to explore, but it is fairly limited. We only have like 5 locations.
Well, I mean, they also have that very convenient construction site where we very soon can have 2 agents that were assigned to watch over the dog that get yelled at, who are going to be our bumbling fools chasing the dog down, go to the school and decide, all right, how are we going to catch this dog? I know. What we'll do is we'll park in our unmarked van just outside of the school. Maybe, did you see that construction yard there? Yeah, we can park there. All right, you got your binoculars so that we can watch these children through the fence? Yeah, I got them. All right, good to go then, baby. Let's get this on.
After we alert the principal to our presence, by the way.
Yes,
so they will know we're in the area looking for a specific child with a yo-yo.
Yeah. Let's make it very obvious that we're searching for children publicly, loudly, and then park our unmarked van around the corner from the school.
And this is technically a bit later, because first Murphy needs to, break into the hacker kid's house to be like, hey, can I stay here? Is it okay if I crash? Yeah. Do you mind if I eat all the food in your kitchen?
Hey, you got any beer here?
Oh, and by the way, I am a telepathic dog. How's it going, everybody? I can talk. Yo.
He also, kind of menaces them a little bit, following them to their house, because, they keep hearing this voice, and they're like, what's that? What? They even mistake, his voice for one of the kids' voices at one point. Yeah. So, he's just kind of following them like a little creep. Just,
like he's haunting them. Like he was hit by the car and then turned into a ghost dog?
Yeah.
And then there's a haunted zipline? Weird.
God, the way that he talks is he's not like a Gilbert Gottfried, but he's got this, kids, what you doing? He feels like he should be chomping a cigar all the time, right? He's just...
It's a sleazy dog, somehow.
Yeah.
I told you, this is a child's play situation.
Yeah. I expect this man to be selling me, a bad fridge or a used car at any moment,
Selling me a lemon.
Mm-hmm.
The kids, after Murphy breaks into their house and then just forces them to keep him there hiding for a night.
Yeah.
On the television, there's an ad playing for one of the dog foods that Murphy is the mascot of for an ad agency. Because I guess Murphy has a pretty good, I guess he has a pretty good agent that just gets him jobs all the time. That's pretty good. The world's most famous dog. Makes sense. Yeah.
Irreplaceable, apparently.
Yeah, and the dog food is in space. And at the end, it's in space, no one can hear you bark. This dog food will kill your animal. Please
Aliens will eat everybody you know. Please buy our dog food.
Animal pet chow. Because in space,
cats and dogs
can hear you bark.
Wait, but that's a horror.
No, that's bad.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought you liked Alamo.
You don't want your dog food to remind you of the imminent demise of the universe and also being hunted by aliens?
For a poor little dog like me, would you?
But they also hear that there's a $25,000 reward, which is pretty low for the world's most famous dog.
An irreplaceable one, by the way, because my biggest gripe with this was that the producer, the director, who's a main character, she's like, we have to get this dog back. We can't possibly use another dog for this. It has to be this one. And I'm like, well, in Hollywood, most people just know that, every famous dog is actually, 20 dogs, actually, playing the same dog or cat. And I'm like, oh, well, they must not acknowledge that because this is a kid's movie. No, they do, 5 times. They're like, yeah, even Lassie had 20 dogs. And then they're like, no, that's true. But for some reason, we can't. It's got to be this dog. There's only one dog that we can use here. Yeah.
And they don't know that this dog has telepathy. So that's not the reason.
No.
Nope. He's a really good actor. Hey, listen, Murphy really sells it out there on the stage, I guess. But yeah, no, they actually acknowledge, like you said, I remember the executive comes down at one point, he's like, so why are you not shooting it anymore? And they're like, well, look, the dog's missing. He's like, even Batman had different actors. What are you talking about? Yeah. Just get another fucking dog.
And then, on top of that, we brought up almost immediately after, So what was your game plan? Because, like, they're lamenting, like, oh, we're losing millions of dollars every day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so what was the plan when the dog died? Just pack it all up? Like, we're done. We're done here. I guess it's over. No more.
I mean, dogs don't die. Let's
That's
be fair.
true.
Yeah.
Gonna Grand Moff Tarkin this dog. CG him forever.
Maybe they were just gonna put Super Agent Man in a dog costume and make him run around on all fours. That would work too.
Okay, I would watch Paul Logan. If Paul Logan assumed the throne, yes.
Yeah. But, so the mom of one of the kids is all like, okay, you're going to school, you know, you can bring the dog or whatever, but also make sure that you pick up a cake from the bake sale. Here's $5 I found in my cabinet where I keep $5.
Make sure you awkwardly hold it at the camera, but fold it in half, very, very straight, so everyone can see that it is exactly $5.
No, I'm going to interject
Mom.
here very specifically because, and you're going to go, Liz, this isn't important. No, it is.
Uh-huh.
She very specifically instructs the daughter to obtain a pie, specifically
pie,
not
yeah.
mince or rhubarb. She specifically says, get a pie, not mince or rhubarb. Keep that in mind for a scene later where pies are involved.
But they go to school, and Principal Callahan, who is our favorite character in this series, gets a call.
He's in so little of this one. Anyway.
He is, unfortunately.
I'm
But
just
he gets a call from his receptionist that there's 2 agents at the door that want to talk to him about a kid with a yo-yo. And it's real good. So Principal Callahan is basically Dirty Harry. And his brother is named Harry, who's Dirty Harry. It's just canon that that's Dirty Harry's brother.
Yeah, you gotta ask yourself one question, son. Do you feel lucky?
Is that the guy from L.A. Noire?
Well, do you, punk? Please let me do it over, please. All right, then. Come back Monday. You can take the test over. Let me see if I've got this straight. You 2 gentlemen are missing a dog, and you think one or more of my students may have stolen it. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have a shred of evidence. You're not sure which kids, because you weren't close enough to make a positive ID. Yet the only thing that you remember positively is that one of the kids may have had a yo-yo.
I stake my
Well, we only
career.
have one kid who
me
does
too.
yo-yo stuff here,
Now you
so.
want me to give you free run of the school so you can track down this alleged kid with a yo-yo? Sounds
I'd
good.
appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that'd be good, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
All right, no problem. Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I do mind strenuously. You dudes get lost. Here now.
But
drop it. The only yo-yos around here are you 2. And you're not getting any of my kids the 3rd degree. Not without a court order and over my dead body. Understand?
I mean, yeah, probably a good policy to not let
I
2
hope you
strange
do.
men
Both of
look
you.
for children in your school.
bye,
Yup.
Mr. Callahan. Yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
I didn't go to public school, but this is how I imagine all principals canonically are.
This is right. Yeah, this is accurate. I would say
pretty
as
close.
a public school attendee, yeah. Yeah. But the agent show up and he's like, yeah, you're not going to talk to any of my fucking kids, especially not looking for one with a yo-yo unless you got a warrant. If you come back, I'll shoot you in the brain. Right in the fucking head. All right, man. it's all right. Yeah. And so the kids went to the bake sale, and they're outside, while the agents are creepily looking at them through binoculars, like you mentioned earlier. And they all get pies, except for one of them gets eclairs, which is the one who was asked specifically to buy a pie.
Who was given money explicitly to buy a pie. Money that they cannot afford to be spending.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to raise that.
Her brother deigned to have medical bills, so their money is tight.
This rude little bastard just decided one day not to walk.
Yeah,
and
this is
God,
the
it's
hacker.
been 3 years, and he
I was
still
gonna
has
say-
not just decided to walk again. God.
Yeah, so the hacker kid's in a wheelchair because his dad and him got into a car accident, and the dad didn't make it. So the mom and everybody else, including his therapist and science teacher, I guess,
not dad.
are
not
blaming,
dad.
and he never becomes dad, which is weird. Who just hangs out at his house teaching him, I guess, because they don't allow wheelchaired kids in school. What the hell's up with that?
Yeah, it's been 3 years. You can't expect him to be like living a normal life 3 years after an accident. What are you talking about?
But they're blaming him, saying he just won't get over it. He can walk fine, and I'm like,
like imagine your mom is like, yeah, it sucks that you are really torn up about your dad dying in that accident, but man, money's real tight. Do you think you would just like choose to walk again? It's kind of shitty that you're like making us spend all this money on like physical therapy. Could you like decide to walk actually?
It's so bad.
Really, really selfish of this kid. Yeah, you're right, boy, because it's terrible of him to decide not to walk like this and hurt his mother.
That. The story, I think, is supposed to be uplifting.
I can't believe you'd have said that, boy, because
it's written in the most condescending way possible. It's ridiculous. Anyway, before all this happens, actually, technically, Murphy does meet a man playing checkers.
Oh my god! I forgot about the checkers goes.
Fuck is this scene?
The checker scene is really fucking weird.
Holy, this is where it becomes some avant-garde shit. Because he just, well, like the dog, there's no reason for any of this to happen. Because he's walking with the kids, and then he goes, wait, no, I gotta go find my bone. That's his reason for leaving. And he goes, bone by the lake, bone by the lake, bone by the lake. They're in, like, fucking Arizona.
They're in the middle of a desert, yeah.
In the middle of a desert. So this dog runs off, and then there's a guy that's just sitting under a tree, playing checkers in his mind, and I do mean in his mind, because none of the checkers pieces have fucking moved.
We say playing checkers, but it's more that he's staring depressingly at a
checkerboard. Yes. Yeah.
Well, we find out in about 30 seconds that he does not actually know how to play checkers.
No, nobody knows how to play checkers. Because the dog comes over and starts playing checkers with him and talking with him and moving things around on the board. And then it keeps cutting back to the board where the pieces haven't moved. And then it'll cut to incorrect
places.
Yeah. And then they're like, the pieces are on top of each other in like a big pile in a way that makes no sense for checkers. And then it comes back and it's just like, now suddenly there's only like 3 on the board. And then the guy goes, you know, it's interesting sitting out here and playing checkers by myself. Now I've found a talking dog. Guess I finally died. And then it's just like, that's the end of the scene.
It's not even that. It's not even that he thinks he's dead. It's that he says, well, now that I'm talking to a telepathic dog, it's not much longer for me. I'm losing it. And I'm going to die.
Afraid he won't be coming along.
I get it. Sorry.
Oh, don't be. Now that I'm conversing with a checker-playing dog, I guess it won't be long before I'm following in his footsteps.
Oh!
You shouldn't talk like that. You're a human. You still have time left. Us dogs, we only have 15 years or so to pack a lifetime into. And let me tell you something, it ain't easy.
Well, you certainly have some food for thought there, Murphy. I'll be gnawing on what you said. It makes a lot of sense.
I'll be gnawing on what you said while I'm stroking out, apparently.
Yep. As I'm knocking on death's door.
It looks like you're winning at this game. How about 2 out of 3?
Sure, what time is it?
Only one of the pieces is moved.
He just thinks death has visited him in the form of a checkers playing dog.
Yes, and then and I think that it has, because then the scene ends. That's just the end of it. This guy never shows up again. The dog never talks about it again. There's no checkers things that happen. There's nothing.
Wait. I'm having like a weird moment. Was the old man wearing glasses?
No.
No, I don't think so. No.
I thought maybe that's where he got the glasses for the next scene from.
No.
That would be so fucked up. That would be so fucked up.
It would be fucked up if Murphy murdered a man playing checkers by himself and then stole his glasses. Yes.
That would be so fucked up.
Anyway, that leads into the scene where they went to the bake sale and Murphy has glasses and the agents are spying on them from afar, which is not creepy at all. So then the agents follow them home. driving slowly in their unmarked black vehicle.
Through a national forest. Remember,
national forest.
Yeah, I was going to say, follow them home through a national state park, for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. And the kids are like, hey, what's that over there? I think that unmarked black vehicle is following us.
As it, like, goes around the forest floor. Like, there's no road here. They're just...
And they are truly going, like, maybe 5 miles an hour. They are going as slow as humanly possible, because this car is, like, 50 years old. It is not meant to be going off-roading.
No. If I was in a parking lot behind this car, I would be laying on my horn the entire time. Like, fucking move, Grandma!
They follow them into the woods. The kids say, let's cheese it. And they run to the haunted Zipline.
We established this area earlier in the movie.
Which is across some dangerous, I guess, like, plank bridges that are rope bridges, which are missing planks.
Mm-hmm. Some rotten old suspension bridges, yeah.
Completely unnavigatable by adult individuals, I guess.
This is true. As an adult, I can say that I can't cross a suspension bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be able to cross these suspension bridges. They have some really good, fantastic green screen of huge mountain landscapes in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Where this is basically over the Grand Canyon, and boy, this zipline, it goes places.
It's a shame they shut it down, really. This is the coolest zipline I've ever
I don't know why
seen.
they shut it down. It looks perfectly safe. But
I can't possibly imagine.
They get to the rip line, which is called rip line because it kills you. And they put on their helmets, which they had there because they stored them at the hidden haunted zip line.
All I'm saying is that the end location of the zip line is the ground, which is good because it just shoves you directly into your grave.
Yeah, this is like a 50-degree angle downward. Yes. It's just...
Well, it has to be. It's like a 7-mile-long zip line. It
I
has
was
to
just
constantly be declined.
It's one cable, 7 miles long, yes.
It takes you into a different postal code. Of course it has to be downhill.
Mm-hmm. So they all jump on the zip line, and they're gonna be safe because
they have a helmet.
They wore their helmets, and they jump on the zip line and start going, and we get a 5-10 minute extended chase scene of them on the zip line, which is why we're saying it's 7 miles long, because this scene is literally many minutes long of just them on the zip line.
Still holding their pies, I need to point out. They still have the pie in the box. Every single one of them has a box of pies. And
Some of them have boxes that have multiple pies.
Correct.
Yes.
One box had 10 pies in it. And I don't know how that worked.
Clown car ass pie. He bought all the pies that other girl who just bought eclairs. Damn it.
Those eclairs never came up again. I wonder where the mom chewed her out for buying eclairs, but that never happened.
No.
But they start throwing pies at these guys. They eventually hit a hornet's nest, and
with the yo-yo,
okay. With a yo-yo specifically.
Yeah, with the yo-yo.
Which
yo-yo
then,
of course, the Hornets Hornets fucking love lemon meringue pie. Let me tell you, as everybody knows. Not a big fan of eclairs, though.
No,
so they go all over the guys. This whole scene is also CG zipline.
Oh, it's like worse than Spy Kids CG. Yeah, it's bad, but it's so good.
They go through a tunnel through an entire mountain.
That's the cave. That's the weed smoking cave.
That is the blunt smoking. That's it. That was the cave. They just who cuts a fucking tunnel in a mountain like a cave for a zip line?
Somebody who's real fucking rad. That's who.
Yeah.
Is that why it got shut down?
Yeah, it was too cool.
Yeah, you can't have a zip line that cool.
Looks so bad. It goes into a cave?
Oh my god.
Where is this going?
I think a helmet was the least of our worries.
That man's being held up by his crutch. That's it.
I should have gotten life insurance. Oh, at least there's a...
This zipline seems extremely dangerous.
That's why it's closed down.
Does this thing have any brakes?
I don't think so!
Too bad! Gravity stinks!
I agree.
Yeah, we're about to fucking die.
Also, how did you know that the zip line ends up, like, where you live?
Oh my god!
What?
Wow, this kid has impeccable aim.
Holy shit. It's from all the
This
Fortnite.
kid's a sniper.
Yeah.
That's the sniper kid.
Oh, man.
Oh, they're throwing all these cream pies.
You get to have lemon meringue while on the zip line? These two guys are super lucky.
Yeah. You had 2 pies in there?
How many pies they got?
Everybody except for the one kid who was supposed to get a pie got a pie.
They got Eclairs, yeah.
I don't think she's gonna throw the Eclair though.
We don't want to throw Eclairs. Eclairs
That's
are
for
too good to waste.
How many pies
and
do they have?
And that's for her brother who can't walk anymore, so...
They have like
Okay, you caught that one on purpose, which I would too. If I knew somebody was chucking pies at me, I also would try to catch it.
Yeah, the whole time that somebody's throwing pies at me, I'm like, oh no, oh god, don't throw pies at me. Ah.
The yo-yo!
Everyone knows once you've activated the bees, they will only go after the pies.
Holy shit! So after the pies, the hornets, and the cave, they make it down to the bottom ahead of the 2 agents. And then they see that there's a big lever connected to the zip line to take it down. And the kids are like, oh, we're going to commit a murder.
Yeah, let's just kill some fuckers.
They landed perfectly safely because of their helmets, which slowed them down, even though there were no brakes on the zip line. Unlike an Alpine coaster where you control your own braking. They just plow right into the ground and then they're perfectly fine. So in order to prevent that for the agents, they have to tear down that zip line while they're on it and just kill them.
Yep.
And one kid's trying to do it and it's like, oh, it's too hard. Everybody come in, become my accomplice, please.
They can never
Listen,
identify just one of us.
We did the drone hacking thing together. We're all culpable for that. You're in for a penny, in for a pound. Get over here, fuckers.
Well, we gotta rope the yo-yo kid into the crime somehow, because right now he hasn't done a crime. So right now he's like the biggest liability. So we need to get him involved.
Yeah, he could be a snitch later on. You gotta make sure that he's implicated in the murder, so...
Yeah,
they're also like a little mean
stitches,
to him.
So.
Yeah, they're a little mean to him,
Yeah.
so they need to make sure that he's loyal later.
Yeah. Gotta generate some blackmail here for sure.
Anyway, the agents land in the lake that the dog was trying to find the bone at, I guess. And they're fine, because landing in water at 100 miles per hour down a zip line is how you land softly. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this. No one's ever been hurt falling into water, ever.
After that, the kids go home, I guess. And they see... I guess, like, the wheelchair kid's mom is going over her taxes and her expenditures. Yes. And she's like, oh, no, everything's so bad. I don't know if we're going to make it through the end of the week. And the kids are like, whoa, are you really low on money? No. I guess. We're only in financial ruin, child.
If a certain someone would just decide to walk again, we wouldn't be in such a bad situation. I'm just saying.
And this makes the kids decide that, you know what? Maybe we should be a snitch on that dog. There was $25,000 on the line.
Wait a minute. What if the whole central thrust of this, that we want to keep him away from the agency, actually became something that we needed to do? Because we need money.
Moral
I guess.
dilemma.
It's not even a dilemma. They just decide to do it immediately.
They just do it anyway.
Yeah.
And the dog is like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I lied, actually. People do pet me on set. I was just being an asshole.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, after spending like a full day with a bunch of kids, I've decided that I'd rather live in Hollywood again.
I killed a man for his glasses. It's fine. I need to hide from the law anyway.
They'll never find that body.
Yeah. They might find the checkers board, but they will not find his body.
I just had to go out and do one more killing. It was only one more. One more time I had to go and kill a checkers man in the woods.
I had to sate my bloodthirst one last time before retiring to my life of dog food commercials.
At this moment, the producer is in a car with her daughter, and her daughter is asking her the very important question of, hey, do you actually really care about Murphy like I do? Like everybody who loves that gorgeous celebrity dog does? Do you really care? And then the producer mom has an existential crisis of, I don't give a fuck about this dog, but I don't want to tell my child that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to change my mind. I just...
Driving at, like, high speed on this windy mountain road that they have outside of the windows CG'd in this car, she starts having this existential crisis just, like, kind of blankly staring out the window, which is good because then, you know, something snaps her out of it and gets her back to driving. You know, the phone call that she gets where she has to then juggle the phone and keep driving at high speeds down this windy mountain.
Well, the phone call saved her because it broke the awkward silence of her having to tell her daughter, I hate that fucking dog.
Also, her daughter is
Mommy
like
doesn't
weirdly...
give a shit.
Her daughter's like a weirdly menacing character because she's like, Mommy, I want to meet the person who the dog chose. I can't wait till you find the dog so I can figure out who the dog chose. And I'm like, what does that mean? Are you the antagonist?
And since Murphy really had no one who loved him, he must have chosen someone after he got away. I'd like to see who.
Yeah, and she's got like this real shitty little grin on her face all the time, like she knows something that you don't, and you're like, is she the mastermind? What is happening?
Did she orchestrate this? Is she the reason why that kid can't walk? Like, what's going on? Is this the long con?
The lightning bolt to hit this dog.
Yeah, but they get called to the same town, I guess, to the same motel that the agents are staying at, which is irrelevant. But the important thing about that hotel and everywhere else in this entire movie is that every sign is CG'd, including the Western animal shelter in the Wild West.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, they went to like a ghost town to record this. Like they found like some like pioneering frontier town that's empty so that they could just shoot wherever, and then they CG'd modern signs over the tops of these like abandoned, dusty
what this
wooden
is telling
structures.
Me is that you don't need to be good to make a movie. You can just make a movie. Nobody gives a shit.
Oh yeah,
do whatever. Yeah.
Yep. No one's gonna stop you.
No one will stop you. But they all go to the house of the wheelchair kid, including the sheriff, who is supposed to be giving them the reward, but really just wants to get a selfie with the dog. Like everybody else in this movie.
Yup.
And at that moment, when they enter the house to go pick up Murphy, the wheelchair kid just sort of like wheelchairs back into the back of the house with Murphy, and then fucking books it on that wheelchair onto the highway.
We should mention at one point earlier, he does very specifically tell not dad teacher man, he's like, do you think I can move fast in this wheelchair? You should see my automated wheelchair. It can go from 0 to 60 in 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, we had Chekhov's wheelchair happen finally.
A very dangerous vehicle.
A modded wheelchair.
There's no seatbelts. There's no helmet.
0 to 60 in 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Yeah.
I love that Liz and I both almost at the exact same time that this was happening, we both went, wait, are we going to end with like a car chase scene of them chasing down this wheelchair? And then we're like, no, that's too dumb. Anyway, so then we end with this car chase scene as they all chase down this wheelchair.
It's an off-road wheelchair car chase.
It's fine. He's real good at navigating. It's fine. Not here we go.
Oh shit!
Bye.
Chair. How many miles does it get to the gallon?
Come on, we can catch up.
60.
The boy Murphy picked.
We'll see later. We gotta get to him first.
This is...
I get over.
This is peak cinema.
I can't even...
I love Jim.
Oh, I like how it's just sped up. It's just footage that's sped up.
Holy shit!
I have the biggest grin on my face. So stupid, it's amazing.
Me wearing my sicko shirt. Yes, yes, yes.
Dude, that wheelchair can off-road. This whips. Anyway, the wheelchair is faster than all of the vehicles chasing after it.
Oh, hey, Boyks, why? Why is the wheelchair faster? Is there maybe perhaps something wrong with both vehicles that are pursuing them?
Oh, yeah,
perchance?
fuck. One of the cars has a broken axle, the sheriff's car, and he just notices... He notices, like, 15 minutes into the chase, like, oh, our axle's been broken the whole time.
Yeah, they didn't break
awkward.
it, like, in the chase, by the way. It wasn't like they hit, like, a nasty bump and broke it because they're off-roading. No, he's like, oh, yeah, oops, the axle's been broken.
The check engine light's been on forever.
I didn't want to tell you because it was embarrassing.
Broken axle light, warning light. Yeah, I meant to do something about that a while ago. Which is really good because it breaks both cars. Because there are two cars that are chasing this kid, but both
One axle broke both cars, yeah.
Yes.
Somehow. But, so they decided to go after the wheelchair.
I've seen that video. One axle, two cars. Yeah.
Going 60 miles per hour.
Don't look it up.
Off-road. On foot.
Yes.
And
that's
they're worried.
okay. Because this kid's about to fucking end the chase.
Yeah, but they're specifically worried because there's a train crossing further up. And the train's coming, and surely that'll be a problem for the wheelchair because there's a train. And we should go save him.
It is going to be a problem.
And anyways, the kid... The wheelchair, like, okay, so he's like, oh, we did it, Murphy, we got away, we're going 60 miles per hour down this dirt road. We did it. And then he immediately hits a rock and just fucking face plants directly into the road at 60 miles per hour, sliding across the gravel.
Is ejected at full speed.
But, like, he doesn't even slide, it's just... And then he's just there. He's on the ground.
I said, when we were watching it, I said, he can't get paralyzed twice. So, I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
It's at this moment that he was like, hey, Murphy, you know how I said that this wheelchair goes 0 to 60 in 10 seconds? Well, watch how fast it goes from 60 to 0.
60 to 0. This caused Murphy...
Half the time.
To land in the middle of the railroad tracks, like a fucking Snidely Whiplash, you know?
Yo.
Hostage. And it's up to our hacker boy to save him, because no one's there.
He's hacked computers. Now watch him hack his legs.
These bad boys can also go 0 to 60 in 10 seconds.
Yeah, and he just decides to get up and then pick up Murphy off the tracks as a train rolls by, which is different than all of the B-roll footage of trains they've shown up to this point.
Mm-hmm. They show, like, this red and gold train, and then the minute that it goes past them, it's white and blue. Like, they don't even try, and it's CG, so they could have done anything. It's just a CG train.
No, that costs money.
I guess. But the family and the talent agency and the agents that were going after him, everybody and the sheriff shows up right as he's about to get hit by the train, but then steps off like a badass and doesn't even look at it. And they're like, wow, he can walk, he can stand. It's a miracle. All it took was having a horrible wheelchair car accident to shake him off of his horrible car accident trauma.
You just have to have another accident, and that fixes your legs. Everyone knows this.
People are like jukeboxes. If you hit them in the brain a couple times, it just resets every once in a while. You just get new things.
Percussive maintenance.
It's so ridiculous. I fucking love this scene. This whole thing.
This
It's
ending
amazing.
makes up for a lot of how boring the rest of this movie is, because this movie is boring as shit.
There's a lot of scenes that are boring, yeah. But, like, afterwards, the kids become the trainer. The show goes on for Doggy 911, and then it cuts to credits, which shows you all the green screen dogs in the film, but we didn't get to watch
I was going to
those.
say, did we mention the weird montage we got of them trying to find other dogs, where they clearly just did an open casting call for people to bring their dogs to set?
Yeah, we didn't, because, they just have a bunch of dogs of just local people that showed
Not
up, I guess.
trained dogs. We should be, crystal clear.
No.
These are just people with their dogs.
And, 4 of them were pugs, randomly.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I loved it. I got tons of good dogs. There was Sophie.
We did get
Sophie
Granny. Granny, who brought her
was
dog,
great. I
was
love
really
her.
good, because she brought a stuffed teddy bear. And then the whole time she's like, yeah, this is my dog. He's always there when I wake up. I'm definitely not going... There was a dog outside talking to a man playing checkers, and then afterwards I found this teddy bear, and now I'm...
God.
It talks. Did you know the teddy bear talks?
Yeah, it's trying to teach me the meaning of Christmas or something. It's real weird. My favorite was the horrifying ventriloquist man who was using his dog as a ventriloquist puppet. That was my favorite.
That was fucking creepy. Yeah. Ugh.
But yeah, this is part of the subplot of... Cause they could have just left it. It's a children's movie. They don't actually... as much as we were making fun of it for, you can't replace the dog. Like you said, it makes sense, though, because it's a kid's movie if they just don't mention that. Don't mention that Lassie has all the stunt doubles. Don't mention that there's multiple Batmans. Don't mention there's multiple Supermans. But now that they, brought it up 7 or 8 times, they're like, wait, but we got to address this. So they have to have a big subplot of movie executive man hosting all the other dogs to be like, well, these dogs are shit. These dogs are ass. We can only have the Jack Russell one. That's the only good dog.
They didn't even bother trying to cast the same kind of dog. They're like, just bring any dog.
Dogs, yeah.
Just bring any dog.
It
doesn't need to be trained. Just bring any dog.
They could have just teddy bear. I don't give a shit.
But they could have just dropped that plot. They also could have dropped the telepathic dog plot, because that was irrelevant to everything. It didn't matter.
But wouldn't have been able to hear his cool voice where he talked like he was a cool guy who did cool things, like smoke cigars.
It was funny that the ADR voice actor also ADR'd when the dog was licking its lips or sneezing or whatever.
There were so many scenes where it was this dog sneezes halfway through and the ADR actor has to do it, and you're like, could we get a cut without the dog No, we're just gonna keep that one. Okay, I'll just do my line halfway through it. It's fine.
I mean, Jim was like, hey, we shot the scene, fucking ADR. What am I paying you for?
And
hey man, listen, we've spent almost a week making this movie already. How long am I supposed to spend on this fucking thing?
And that's what I kept bringing up is again, the dog doesn't actually talk. He confirms canonically that he speaks telepathically.
Yeah. Yes.
But the ADR guy does the sounds the dog makes. So I'm like, is he doing that? Is he sneezing in his brain too? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yep. God.
Man.
To expand really quickly on what I was saying about only a week to film these, to give an idea to everybody, I'm only half joking, because Doggone Christmas came out in 2016. This movie, Doggone Hollywood, was 2017, and A Doggone Adventure is 2018. So, yeah, that's a tight production schedule to put lately.
I mean, Santa's Summer Home, Cynthia Rothrock's really, she does a lot of those movies where they shoot it in a weekend. She's used to that, so.
She's come into her own, yeah.
Yeah. Whew, that was a film, huh?
Good dog movie.
God damn it.
Great dog movie. I'm a little sad that I really didn't hold up to A Doggone Adventure. We kind of had the question before, because we were talking about it, where Doggone Christmas was awful. I remember hating that movie, and then I remember watching Doggone Adventure with you and going, wait, is Jim Wynorski good? Has he evolved? Yeah. Is he better? And I'm like, oh, now I see the transitional period. I see the... Near the end of this movie, once he starts getting into wheelchair 60-mile-per-hour chases with cop cars through the woods, then we're getting like, oh yeah, this is starting to get into Doggone Adventure Jim Wynorski territory, but boy, the first half of this movie.
This is the movie that happened after he watched Mac and Me. Like, he just left out the Ronald McDonald doing breakdancing on the, parking lot.
Wait, I can just throw kids in wheelchairs off of cliffs or in front of trains? Damn!
Yeah, you can just do that in a movie. Yeah. Yeah. And then Jim's like,
in a movie. What do you mean?
That's not what I was talking about, but that's a good idea,
What
kid.
is a movie?
That's a good idea, too.
About?
I could also put it on film. Yeah, that could be my next movie.
Can we get a dog in there?
Jim, no.
You don't talk to the man who directed Deathstalker 2 and Chopping Mall like that, kid. I'm a legend. God. Anyway, let's rate the dog.
What is our scale? What is the scale?
Technically, it's out of 10, but you can rate the dog how you want. Murphy is best when not talking telepathically, but Murphy does get a lot of pets. Does do some cool tricks, not like stunt tricks, just begging for treats off of camera tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost feel like, other than the driving force of the plot, Murphy could just not be in this film.
Yeah, or at least just not talk. Him just being like, a dog.
Yeah, I think normally I would give a dog like this a 12 out of 10, but this dog's a little more annoying than normal, so I would give it an 11 out of 10. Yeah, that's my rating for Murphy.
I am exclusively going to give a 13 out of 10 because I'm adding additional points because my headcanon is that this is a Child's Play scenario where a alcoholic man was hit by a car and has possessed the spirit of a Jack Russell Terrier.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm doing a 60 out of 0 for how fast he impacted into those railroad tracks.
Yeah, good score.
But I don't think you can... Out of 0?
No, it works. Yeah, because that's where he ends up. Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
0, like the amount that he can't walk anymore.
Exactly, yeah.
Checkmate, atheists.
They transferred the not walking from the kid to the dog through this one magical trick.
Look,
they didn't want a high-speed car accident.
They didn't want to hit that dog with a car.
The one trick doctors don't want you to know.
But they really wanted to hit that dog with a train by the end of it.
Oh yeah, train conductors fear no man nor God. This is canon.
That train didn't even try to slow down after seeing them. Just sped right up.
No, of course not.
Well, fuck it, I guess. Not my problem.
Train conductors have no morals. Are you kidding?
God.
That's why they're in all of the ethics problems for trolleys and stuff.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
They're bloodthirsty. Yeah. That's on the job description.
Yeah, if you have to do like a philosophical ethics thing in your mind, like you need that, you have to have an impartial observer, somebody who's totally amoral. That's why they use train conductors.
You can either slow down to not hit this dog and kid, or fuck them.
Speed up and pretend you didn't see him.
That's the trolley problem, if I remember right. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh God! All right. Well, that's enough for Rough Cuts this week, I guess. We've got, you guys check us out on all of our social media stuff. We've got @RoughCutsCast for, oh boy, both our emails, so roughcutscast@gmail.com, and Twitter, and then you can always check us out on TikTok, Rough Cuts, and same on co-host, we're @RoughCuts. And for Liz, do you have anything you want to shout out? I know that you are part of a very cool podcast crew also.
I am. I'm also, I do other stuff as well, and it's MissShadowLovely on everything. I'm easy to find. I'm also on another podcast where I do similar, I would say, I'm doing air quotes, you can't see them, good media breakdowns of a very popular show known as American Horror Story. It's a podcast called The Great and Terrible AHS. where myself, Slow Beef, and Ty Tuesday watch one of the greatest pieces of American media, American Horror Story, and discuss the ethical ramifications of each episode.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. So what is it with clowns and masturbation?
I'm always saying this. I am literally always saying this.
Look,
I mean, now that we have an expert, I have to ask, if we've got an expert on,
there's never an answer, which is why it's so frustrating.
Yeah, also make sure to check out Liz on Twitch, streaming daily.
I do,
believe.
daily.
So.
It's every day. Derogatory.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you for listening, everybody. I just had a pie that I ordered, but I have to go take a Zipline to go get it at the bakery. So I'm gonna jump on that Zipline, and it's down the mountain, you see. So
time for me to throw a rock in front of this podcast and stop it from 60 to 0.
How dare you?
Hello, this is my dog.
Yeah, also me.
She's so sweet. She's always there when I wake up in the morning. Isn't that great?
This is my paralysis demon.
Oh no!
This is my haunted teddy bear.
Oh, did anybody bring a?
You should have listened to the dog, Janet. He was trying to protect you.